We gotta keep that same energy. We gotta keep that same energy with every single fighter. We gotta keep the same energy. Look, I gotta break down what's been happening, but before I do, I gotta say something. If you like Snickers with the dick vein, this is not for you. This is not for you. And I'm going to tell you this, a lot of people talk about, boxing and they hate boxing and they don't like things that happen. Look, nothing in this world is going to be perfect. Boxing is not all sunshine and blowjobs. All right. It's not all sunshine and blowjobs. Sometimes it's not going to be fun. Sometimes it's not going to be entertaining. Sometimes it's going to be crazy. That's what boxing is. I mean, stop it. Salute to everybody in the chat. I don't know if Ryan Garcia is guilty or innocent. I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know. I don't know. But the one thing I can tell you is we're going to keep that same energy. We're going to go over the facts. And whatever the facts lead to is what we're going to stand on. I'm going to drop the link so everybody can get in their 2 cents about whether they believe Ryan is innocent, whether they believe Ryan Garcia is guilty, whatever it is, everybody got the floor. Raider from LA, salute to you, my brother. Boxing Sage, salute to you. Dwayne Style, salute to you. I just want to give credit where credit is due. Alex Chavez, salute to you. Julio Martinez, he says, IBFP, my lady loves you and wants you to bust her cheek, shaking my head. But since you're a real one, I'll let you. Hey, man, the only thing I'm going to tell you this, Julio, if I get her, she ain't going to want to go home, man. Salute to my brother Kevin in the building. Salute to Cosmic Creation. Salute to Untouchable Raider 1960. So we're going to keep the same energy. I just dropped the link. Anybody want to say anything, you got the floor. I'm all about facts versus feelings, and I'm dropping the link for any and everybody that want to get on and speak your piece. And look, no judgment. We don't have to agree. We don't have to disagree. Everybody can talk. Everybody can speak. And that's how we're going to do it. That's how we're going to do it. All right, let's see who we got first. My brother, the big boss. Salute to you, my brother. What's good?
Salute to you, IBFP. Thanks for having me on.
Always, my brother. Always, man. And I just want to first start off by saying, what do you think about this whole situation with Ryan Garcia? What's your thoughts on everything?
Oh man, before I get to that, yesterday, just as I was getting on Black and Brown stream on StreamYard, that's when the news hit out of nowhere. Ryan Garcia testing positive, and I'm not gonna lie to you, Nuke. I was angry. I was pissed off because I know we still have to wait if Ryan Garcia is going to do the B sample test to confirm that he did do Osterin. It's just, you gotta feel bad for Devin Haney though, because he did his best despite getting straight to hell by Ryan Garcia. But if Ryan really did pop dirty, it's like, man, like Devin worked all this and then only to get his ass kicked while Ryan Garcia would pop dirty. It's just, man, you just gotta feel angry about that because it was an unfair advantage. And I had a bit of suspicion when Ryan Garcia was 3 pounds overweight, and it was just a bit suspicion. I didn't think Ryan Garcia was actually going to pop if that's what really happened. It's just such an unfair advantage, man. And it just boils me up, because Devin, he's a clean fighter. I'm sure he's a clean fighter. He's tried. And go ahead.
So let me ask you this. So do you believe at this point that Ryan Garcia is guilty?
I hope not. As of now, I would rather wait. Okay. I'm angry right now, but I would rather wait to see if and his B sample, if he decides to do it, and I hope he does, because if he is truly innocent, he'll do it. But if it's found true at the end of the day, then it's going to be like Amir Khan. He'll be banned for 2 years or so.
And you know what gets me about this when I think about Devin Haney, I think two things. I think one, I think that if Ryan Garcia was on the juice, he was juiced to the gills, then Devin Haney got screwed. But at the same time, I think, I don't really feel bad for Devin Haney because he did get a robbery victory over Loma, and no one gave a damn. No one tried to overturn anything. Another thing is the ref was clearly advocating for him in the fight. So to me, it just seemed weird that the ref was on your side trying to make sure they didn't even warn Ryan Garcia. They just took a point, and Devin Haney not even there was never a point taken after all the excessive holding. So when I think about it, it's like I'm not sure what's going on with Haney. I'm trying to look at both sides, but and another thing is that Ryan Garcia, he passed all its other drug tests. So why would you start taking some kind of PEDs at the end of camp? I don't understand why somebody would do that.
Yeah, and as you think about it, I do agree. Harvey Dock wasn't exactly doing his job, and I'll admit that. I mean, I think yes, there are two sides to the story. For instance, Devin Haney came out with a statement yesterday. When I read that statement, he said they learned about this not too long ago, and that makes me question: how long did you know? Did you know before the fight? If you knew before the fight, why'd you take the fight?
And it's like he doesn't really want to say anything in exact details because he want to have plausible deniability over things. And look, you got to look at it from Devin Haney. His O was everything. So if he lost his O, he was humiliated. He didn't go to the post-fight press conference. I mean, remember when he won against Loma, he ran out of the ring, said he's number one, refused to give Loma a rematch. So it's hard for me to have my sympathy for Devin Haney, but at the same time, right is right and wrong is wrong. If Ryan cheated, he needs to be punished. But at this point, I don't think there's enough evidence to say one way or another for me to say it. But as of right now, you're going to withhold judgment and see what comes out in the future with the B sample. Even with the B sample, even if that comes back, it's still kind of like what if they say the levels are consistent with maybe a tainted, substance like a over the counter dietary supplement or something. What would you say then if it wasn't intentional that he got
Then
popped?
it would then for me it'd be the same with Canelo because when he first tested positive for clenbuterol, he provided the B sample and tested negative. So I can understand that. You know, Canelo knew he was innocent, so he proved it. So if that's the case with Ryan Garcia, okay, do give the B sample. Just truly show that you are innocent. And I want to believe Ryan Garcia, man. I really do because if it's like I said, it's going to be a disgrace to the sport if he's found tested positive again. So for Ryan Garcia's sake, I'd rather he do the B sample, prove everyone wrong.
We shall see. I appreciate you coming on, my brother.
Thank
Salute.
you
Thank
so
you
much,
so much.
man. Salute.
All right. And let me get to the next one, my brother G Jesus. What's good with you, my brother?
Yo, what's up, IBFP?
Oh, nothing much, my brother. Do you think that Ryan Garcia is guilty or innocent? And why do you think what you think?
I mean, from what I've read with the article on ESPN, I mean, for all we know, he popped. But again, they have to test the B sample, and then. But now I really can't pass judgment on him. It's too early to say anything.
It is. And the only thing is, the only thing is that I have a problem with this is that, he passed all these other tests. How do you pass every single test, come to the day before and the day of the fight, and then you pop for something? That doesn't sound like somebody who's juicing, and then you turn around and you start doing drugs at the end of camp and then starting your fight. That makes no sense. He wouldn't even get any benefits from it. If that's the case, it takes at least 8 weeks before he can get any benefits.
I mean, also, I mean, this is a weird opponent to even fucking put PEDs in yourself to begin with. I would have expected him if it was a tank fight because they stacked the deck against him with the whole rehydration clause and the catch weight. So I would have been if I was Ryan, fuck it, whatever. I'll take PED. They're already stacking the deck against me. But for Devin, it's not even the right opponent to even pop for anyway.
Exactly. It from looking at everything from what I'm saying, it looks like it's more of a situation where it's like maybe like an over-the-counter substance that's tainted or something along those lines. I just don't see Ryan Garcia cheating the day before and the day of the fight, but passing all these other tests. That's not consistent with me of a guy who's trying to cheat.
Nah, nah. It's also weird the timing. I mean, This is such a big story. They released because I was also what's it called on Black and Brown's live, and it was like at 9 o'clock, 9:20 ish. That's when they released the info. I was like, wait, why so late? This is a weird timing for me, in my opinion. And with as the other guy said, with the whole Devin Haney, oh, we knew about this a while ago. So it also depends how wild, how much of time they have to know this. If they knew this before the fight, why take the fight then? That's already stupid then.
Exactly. Something's like somebody's not telling the whole story here, and we're not getting all the facts, and we don't even know what's really going on. They're just dropping bits of information. Now everybody's going crazy and saying this and saying that. I think anybody saying Ryan Garcia is cheating at this point, you don't have enough evidence to 100% say he intended to cheat. It's really hard to prove that right now without enough evidence. And so I think a lot of people are rushing to judgment and saying a lot of crazy things, man.
I mean, of course they are. For one, the fight surrounding this is basically a fight where nobody thought this guy was gonna win. So that's
Yep.
already one reason why these people would start coming back from the dead, being like, "Oh, Ryan's a cheater, Ryan's popped," all this shit. And then two, I mean, from what I've also researched, this particular chemical, sometimes some companies illegally put them in substances, and no, in what's called
Oh yes.
in the in these like pills, over the counter pills,
Yep. Yep.
and
That's true.
other supplements, and people don't know about it. I mean,
That is true. I
from
mean,
what
I'm sure if you took a VADA test today, based on certain foods you eat, that some of these chemicals are even in pork. So if you ate some ribs last week, there's a chance that you could pop for that right now. And you're like, well, I didn't ingest anything.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, this kind of reminds me of even though this is off topic, but in MMA there was this one UFC fighter, Cuban, Yoel Romero. He popped for shit too, but then he had to do some investigation because he's like, wait, why would I pop for this? So he checked the supplements. He realized the supplements were tainted, so he sued the company and got some money out of it. Maybe it's something like that. Who knows?
I mean, we will find out sooner or later, and I think a lot of people are mad at Ryan Garcia. They wanted a reason to cheer for Haney, and now you remember I didn't even pick Ryan to win. I picked Haney to win, and I feel like I'm trying to be, unbiased about the whole thing and not jump to a conclusion until all of this is resolved. But it seems like people are just going over the top and pointing fingers before they even get all the facts.
Yeah, I mean, also, like, if they knew about this before the fight, bro, they would have exposed this shit way before the fight, already called the fight off, and just said, oh, straight up, Brian's a cheater. Look at this. We got the
Exactly.
test. We got everything to prove that this guy is already cheating. But, I mean, the timing is just off, in my opinion.
Unless they knew before the fight and they were simply saying that, hey, you know what? You're going to beat him anyway, beat him, and then talk shit after. And then he lost and things changed. I mean, I don't know. I'm just playing advocate here. Whatever happened, we shall find out the truth. I appreciate you coming on, Jesus.
All right, thanks.
Thank you, my brother. Let me get to the next one. Before I do, let me get to my brother Prime Time in the building. My brother Prime Time said it's hard for me to believe that Ryan Garcia cheated because he wasn't being tested every week. Because I'm sorry, it's hard for me to believe that Ryan Garcia cheated because wasn't he being tested every week before the fight? So I'm going to give you a little excerpt of what Ryan Garcia said. Ryan Garcia stated out of his own mouth that he's being tested every single week in camp. I don't know if that's true. I can't say for certain. All I can do is go based on Ryan Garcia's statement. So Ryan Garcia did state that he was being tested every week. Would it make sense to test Ryan Garcia every week? Yes. The reason why it would make sense is because Ryan Garcia was acting crazy before the fight. I mean, the guy was going insane. So the fact that Ryan Garcia was acting so crazy, the fact that they were doing these mental evaluations, it makes sense why they would test him so much. But even if he wasn't, Ryan Garcia took at least 4 VADA tests, at least 4, at the minimum 4 tests prior to those 2 tests the day before and the day of the fight. And the fact that he never failed any of those tests and you need at least 8 weeks, I don't see how anybody could say he was blatantly cheating or intentionally cheating. If there's a substance in his body, it's really looking like contamination right now to me. I don't know. I mean, I'm going to reserve my judgment. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. I don't know. But the only thing I can say is at this point, I'm not going to put the blame on him because I can't say for certain. That's an excellent question, Primetime. I appreciate that, my brother. And I got one more question before I get to the next one. My brother from another mother. Let me get it. And he states, if you continue to schedule prostate exams, even though you're young, this is not for you. Oh my God. Oh my God. That sounds like Southpaw 773, except for he's 50. He says, Nuke, honestly, I can't even give this clown the benefit of the doubt. Dude is a freaking liar, just my opinion. I respect that. I respect that. Ryan Garcia did come in overweight. Ryan Garcia was acting crazy at the press conference. Ryan Garcia has proven to lie about other things in his past. So I can completely understand why my brother over here would not want to give him the benefit of the doubt. I can understand. Me personally, I'm going to wait and reserve judgment. I'm not ready to rush into saying anybody's guilty because I don't see enough evidence for me, but I do appreciate and respect that. What's good with you, my brother? Talk to me.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on, Nuke, man? Just right here, listen to this channel, man. And I'm very surprised in everything that's coming about. You know what I'm saying? And you know, you have to look at what's been put out. For example, you know, number one,
my brother, your connection is horrible. I'm
oh,
gonna pull you out. Try it one more time.
do you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you much better. Perfect.
Okay. No, I was gonna just say, man, that it's coming out. For example,
I'm
just
sorry. It's going crazy again. I'll tell you
oh,
what. Go ahead and come back into the studio, and I'll put you to the front of the line.
okay, all right, thanks.
All right. So I'm gonna let my brother get back on, and before he does, what's good with you, my brother? It is what it is. It is what it is. Are you there? It is what it is. I guess not. Edgar Moreno, what's good with you, my brother?
What's good, Nuke? What's good, bro? Hope everything is good. I was trying to get on yesterday, but it was crazy line or something.
Yeah,
Um,
man.
but I mean, it doesn't make sense to me about this whole Ryan situation because I mean, if I'm not mistaken, I I got to double check my I guess my resources and stuff. But didn't like Haney skip VADA testing for the fight?
Not that I'm aware of. I believe Haney was VADA tested.
Okay. And then I'm pretty sure that I saw up, you know, in my recent stuff that, you know, Conte got in trouble and Haney's a snack fighter. So all those guys are questionable in my book.
And that's a great point. A lot of people don't realize is that Victor Conte has a personal relationship with VADA. And the
Yep.
fact that Victor Conte works so closely with Devin Haney and a lot of these other snack fighters, like if you've noticed, Caleb Plant has been ultra vocal about this situation. And you might wonder, why does Caleb Plant give a damn? Because he's a snack fighter. There's a battery in his back. These guys are sticking together.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And so my whole thing is, and I believe Victor Conte also, not only are they friends, Victor Conte friends, but he was part of founding VADA, I believe, at some point. So there's
Yeah.
a deep relationship with Victor Conte and VADA, and I don't know if that can be trusted. That seems like a conflict of interest.
Right. Because I mean, you're right. I think he pretty much helped set up and shit. And basically, he knows their testing methods and their testing schedules. So his guys that are on his plan would make it a little bit easier to get by those tests because he knows the in and outs.
That is true. That he knows the in and outs. He set up the program. He's the expert on this, and he's been quoted as saying in the past, "I can pass
Anybody. Right. That's right.
So how do you trust somebody that's a master manipulator that most people don't understand? And he says he's reformed, but I mean, I don't know. Would you trust, a thief in your house or amongst your money? No, I probably not. I mean, they might be looking like they're doing the right thing, but you don't know.
Right, exactly, right, exactly. Yeah, I mean, that's why I mean, all them snack guys to me is questionable. A lot of stuff.
Yeah, and so that's what's kind of really throwing me off about the whole thing. What else do you think? So, are you reserving judgment on Ryan Garcia right now, or you think he's innocent? You think this whole thing is just fishy?
I listen, bro. I thought about it and shit, and I think it goes deeper, bro. Like, honest to God, I think that I honestly think that someone that is, you know, moving the realms up in the, you know, shit that we can't even account for is a little butthurt that this dude played everybody, set a bet on himself, took the casino's money, and now they're a little hurt, so they're trying to fucking shade his name.
That sounds like it could be something there too. I mean, you have the Victor Conte angle. You have the fact that Ryan Garcia made millions off of the casino.
Right.
I mean, you could see a lot of different avenues as to how this could shake out if you were going to go that path. And I'm gonna
Yep.
be honest with you, man. I don't. It just seems odd that somebody would pass every test and then cheat at the end, the day before and the day of. That seems
Right,
crazy.
right. And now all of a sudden he won, made his money. He's, fucking riding it off into the sunset, living it up. And now somebody's like, fuck, we gotta do something so that his next fight is shady. Or nobody wants to see it because now it's something gonna be like, well, he's a cheater.
Yeah, and then when Vegas lost, they not only lost the millions to Ryan, but you got to imagine all the other people that bet. Oh, I'm gonna put $100 on Ryan. Or I'm gonna put this on Ryan just in case.
Just
And
in
these
case.
guys lost a ton of money.
Yep. I believe so, bro.
And I think people live in this lollipop world where they think it's all candy and blowjobs, where
Nah.
where things don't, people aren't crooked and everybody's honest and nobody's lying. We don't live in that type of society. So could Victor Conte be involved with VADA? Maybe. I don't know why the test results haven't been published. And that's another problem I have. What's taking so long to publish them, make them public? I've seen normally when a guy pops, people put those results out quickly and it's all in everybody's face. Now you don't see anything.
Right. Agreed, man.
Making sense, man. I appreciate you coming on, Edgar. Thank you so much, my brother.
Be good, bro.
You too, my brother. Salute. Let's get into the next one. Jonathan, what's good with you?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Do you
Hey,
think Ryan is innocent, guilty? What do you think first?
I don't know if he is guilty or not, but man, this shit sounds very, very, I don't know, man, suspicious. Like, let me tell you this. Isn't this steroid used for like to burn fat and keep your muscle?
Yes.
So why is it that he did take that shit? Why is it that he didn't even make weight? He should have made weight easy.
True.
And not fucking and not lose muscle. But he didn't even make weight. He said he can make 140, and if you take this steroid, you should have no problem making weight. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. And also, like, they were saying that he was being tested every week prior to the fight, but never popped 30 during that time. And out of a sudden, he popped 30 after the fight, or be right before the fight and after the fight. I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, I'll give Ryan the benefit of the doubt. I think he should do the hair follicle shit. You know what I mean? And do the B sample, and so he could just. And I don't even think he should do it with Bada, man. I think he should go with USADA. I think that's what Floyd used to use.
Yes.
I don't know, Vada, man. I don't know, man. If you can trust those guys anymore, man.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if you can trust any of them, USADA, VADA, any of them, because it seemed like they all have some kind of conflict of interest going on. Floyd kind of ran USADA when he had him. You see, Victor Conte has too close of a relationship with VADA, and it's like, who can we really trust in all these situations?
Shouldn't it be good if he gets his own doctors and shit and do his own testing? I mean, a doctor can't lie, because if he gets caught lying, he could lose his license. You know what I mean?
That's a very good point. You bring
like, he should go his separate way and do his own testing. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm sure a doctor is not going to lose his license over some bullshit like this. You know what I mean?
Oh, I agree. G. Jesus says Ostarine is not even a steroid, though. It's a steroid alternative that gives you a similar effects to a steroid. And so only thing I'll tell you is this. What do you think about the fact that Ryan took all these VADA tests, passed every single one of them, and only failed the day before and the day of the fight? It takes 8 weeks for you to get any benefit from it. Why would he take it the day before and the day of if they're saying he's guilty?
That's the thing that makes no sense. It makes no sense. It makes zero sense. And also, I mean, all this shit is happening not only because he made the casino lose money, but also this guy is coming out supporting, Donald Trump. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of shady shit going on, man. And then there's not only that, this dude is coming out fucking talking about child trafficking. And politicians don't like people speak out on that shit. So I don't know, man. This dude is fucking speaking out on bullshit that the media don't speak out, don't speak about. So I don't know, dude. I don't know. I give Ryan the benefit of the doubt, but I think he should do the B sample and hair follicles, man, and prove everybody wrong.
Yeah. And if it comes out that Ryan's lying, he's gonna get roasted. And if he's telling the truth, I'm going to tell you right now, if Ryan is telling the truth, there's going to be people that will never believe him, that will always call him a drug cheat from this point on, no matter what.
Right, right. I agree with that, bro. Well, that's my call, man. Thanks,
Thanks
appreciate
so
it.
much. All right, salute. All right, let me get the next one. My brother Remy says there's only 2 respected testing sites in America, and that's true. That's true. I mean, look, man, this stuff is getting out of hand. I'm gonna drop the link again. Anybody else want to go on there and speak? You can. Let me get to the next caller. And anybody else that got anything else to say, feel free to jump on the line. Hit the link. Give me, your takes on all of this. Maximum Davis says B sample is about to be released according to Vada News, so we shall see what the B sample says. We shall see if any of this is consistent with contamination. We shall see. Efren, what's good with you, my brother? Efren, are you there? Efren, what's good? All right, I guess he's not there. YouTube, what's good with you?
What's going on? Hey, can you hear me now, Nuke?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Hey, if it cuts off or whatever, man, I completely understand. I don't know what the hell's going on with reception. It never happens like that before. I've been on your chat quite some time before, and it never happened like this. So, hey, but hey, real quick, man, just to let you know, yeah. So pretty much, man, I feel that it's all this. They're trying to take away from Ryan's win. There's some shady stuff going on. They try to steal him from the ref. They try to steal him from the judge. And now with this news that came out, man, it's very shady, very, very suspicious that's going on right there. And again, like you mentioned, Victor Conte, he was banned from MLB, you know what I'm saying, for being a cheat there. He's one of the worst cheats there in history in MLB. And then he goes and works for Vada. How does that make sense? And isn't Devin Haney, friends with them and work with Snack or something like that? Aren't they like affiliated in some sort of way?
Yes.
So. Yes. Yeah, you have to look at all that, combined. You just can't go based on, what's pointed out there, especially now these days, man. There's so much shady stuff going on. You have to be very, you have to have a lot of discernment when you start looking at stuff, in deep. And then also one more thing, didn't his mom posted evidence from the beginning of his drug testing, even to the week prior, that he was clean. So she even posted evidence that he's been consistent on drug testing. So all that into play, very suspicious,
It is. I mean, and what do you think about the fact that, Ryan Garcia, he passed all these other tests, and this is just, supposedly the accusation is, based on what's coming out, is that he only cheated the day before and the day of the fight.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense at all whatsoever. I don't even know if it gives you any type of benefit, even if he did. Right. And, just to get into your bloodstream and everything, it takes a process for it to be that short of a time. You would be retarded just to take something like that and then think that it was going to give you any type of benefit. As a matter of fact, it would give you more, evidence to the contrary of you. It didn't give you any benefit because, for example, he went overweight. Like another person stated, he would have been in shape for the fight. He looked like he was, winded most of the rounds. A lot of times when people do performance enhancement, it always improves their performance. It didn't look like that. It was the opposite. Ryan was relying more of his power, his natural power that he always utilized. So I don't think it gave him any type of advantages, even if he wanted to take it in a short amount of time. So it just doesn't make sense whatsoever, man. They're trying to discredit this guy, in my opinion. Even Gervonta Davis came out posting all this, going in his side. And, out of all the people, Gervonta Davis, right? Very shady, for him to post out about Eddie Hearn, for him to have a silver spoon in his mouth. And they've been having a lot of conflict with Ryan Garcia's team. So, seeing all that, accumulate tells you, something going on behind the scenes, man. And if they're going to do more VADA testing, I feel that there's going to be even more things that they're going to apply, especially if Victor Conte is involved. I'm pretty sure they're probably going to give him the samples, if I'm not mistaken. So they could put. Yeah, you don't know. They're probably going to give it to him. It's like, all right, you do what you got to do. And then what's going to happen next? They're going to post out extra stuff, and just discredit it. It's just pointless right now at this time. People are going to believe what they want to believe, but I just feel that it's just too suspicious the way things are going at this time right now.
Absolutely. And I just want to say this one thing. This guy, Raider Reaper, left a comment. He said, y'all acting like he only failed one test. He failed twice. No one's denying that he failed the day before and the day of the fight. So, yes, he did fail 2 tests back to back, but back to back days. We're talking about
Exactly.
all the previous tests. Every single week in, week out that was done, he passed all of them. And you can't take a drug in one day and get all the benefits from it. That's not how it works. It
No.
takes at least 8 weeks before you can see any benefits. So, Raider Reaper, please feel free to click the link, man. Express yourself. No hate, no problem, no drama, no trouble. Just get on here and say what you got to say. But I mean, nobody's not acknowledging it. It's just I don't think that in and of itself is saying that, oh, that means Ryan has to be guilty. I don't see it. And
I
remember,
don't
I'm
see
not
it.
even a Ryan fan. I didn't pick Ryan to win, but I'm
Yeah.
not seeing the evidence to say that this guy's 100% guilty. That's all I'm saying. I'm just going off the evidence. I'm not
Right.
trying to condemn a guy. It's not about whether I like him or not. It's just simply based on what we're seeing. And a guy taking a drug and cheating the day before and the day of the fight, but no other time, that's insane. Nobody's doing that.
Yeah, exactly. With the stuff that he's taking that they're accusing him of. I mean, you have to cycle on and off as well. You have to take that into consideration. It doesn't take just it doesn't just hit overnight for you to get massive improvements in all levels. You have to cycle on and off. So just for people to come up with these claims, I mean, there's a lot to it than that, man. A lot of people could say, oh, because he just popped and that's it. Vada just came out and posted everybody the evidence. You have to look at it more in detail, more in depth. Who's working behind the scenes. What has Ryan been doing prior to the fight. All that stuff comes into play. There's a lot of people that want him to lose. You have to think about it. I'm pretty sure the house betted against him. I mean, everybody had him losing. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I mean, only like probably I would say even 1% of the people out there had him winning. So for him to do a massive upset, and it was, and in my opinion, it wasn't Ryan Garcia's fault that there was an upset. It was David Haney's. You know what I'm saying? He has a glass jaw chin. He has a glass jaw chin. And he has pillow hands. You can't deny the fact. And no matter how much steroids you put in your body, you're never gonna amped up your chin. You know what I'm saying? For Ryan Garcia. And if David Haney was so good knocking people, like doing what he had to do, he could have knocked out Ryan Garcia if he was just a YouTube star or Instagram star. You know what I'm saying? And they, so I mean, and not only that, I mean, just the skill level was completely off. I mean, he was doing everything he had to do, but just Ryan Garcia, I mean, all he had to do was just that left, and everybody knows how strong his left is. You can't deny it. So I just got to say, man, it's very suspicious. Don't go based on what people say as well too, especially the people that are working behind the scenes, and who's working behind the scenes there. I mean, it's very suspicious. Why are you going to go and say, oh yeah, this is the evidence, but then you have that same dude that works with that's aligned with Devin Haney, and this guy was the biggest cheat in MLB. I mean, come on, doesn't make sense. But anyways, Nuke, man, I just wanted to post it out there. It's very disappointing everything that's coming about. Very sad how things are being exposed in this nature, but hopefully everything comes to light and continue going on forward with this young man's career and see what happens.
Absolutely, my brother. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate it. Salute. All right, and then let's get to the next one. Mystic, what's good with you, my brother? Talk to me.
What's up, Nuke? Thank you for having me.
Always, my brother. Always. Do you first let me get this comment in. Gates says I hate Haney and crying, so I guess he hates them both. Mystic, what do you think about this whole thing? Do you think Ryan's guilty?
No, I don't think he's guilty, and I just wanted to share a little bit of my credentials. I'm a medical professional. I do research and all this stuff for a living and as a job. So I'm just talking objectively. I really don't care what Ryan does or what he doesn't do. But it's unlikely that he's guilty because, first of all, this strain isn't even approved for any medical use because of its side effects. So it's unlikely that he got it like from some dealer or something. It's likely that he got it from a contaminated supplement. And I think he mentioned he takes like something for anxiety or something like that. So maybe they did take a supplement. He didn't know what he was doing. There's contaminated supplements everywhere, and you'd be surprised how much stuff makes it under the radar, especially outside of the country. So,
And that's very true. And the one thing I'll say is that when I was researching this earlier, I've seen across many different sports contaminated substances have come up a billion times. And so it's not unusual that this could happen. It's a very common thing based on what I
Yeah,
was reading. Would you say that's
definitely.
fairly accurate?
Yeah, that's definitely accurate. Most supplement companies aren't willing to do independent third-party testing, so that's why the cheap stuff is contaminated. And what was the other thing I wanted to say? Oh yeah, I think Ryan's cardio was pretty good, and this is the testosterone mimic. So testosterone does not improve cardio. So even if this was intentional, like that wouldn't explain his cardio. He just trained basically. He trained pretty good.
I see what you're saying.
I think he fooled everybody.
He did. He fooled a lot of people, and a lot of people are angry that he won, and a lot of people are all over the map with this, man. So I do agree. I mean, I appreciate your expertise. Do you think it is and it does seem to be consistent with a contaminated supplement? I mean, think about it. Why would Ryan Garcia, who would need all this time to build up all of this, he passed all these tests and it just fails right at the fight the day before and the day of? That's highly unusual, would you say?
Yeah, and it makes no sense why anybody would take this. Like I said, it's not approved for any medical professional to because of its side effects. Like it's better to just to take regular plain old testosterone and stuff like that.
Exactly.
It was originally designed to minimize side effect, like to target specifically the muscles without, affecting the liver, the testes, and all that. But yeah, side effects were too much, so nobody really uses that.
And it makes perfect sense. That's perfect sense. I appreciate you coming on, my brother. You're welcome to join the live stream anytime. I appreciate your expertise. Thank you so
All
much.
right, all right. Thank you, Nuke.
Salute. My brother Edgar Moreno, my brother from another mother. Shout out to you for supporting the channel, respecting the channel. Thank you so much, my brother. He states, my bad. Took me the longest to update my info. Let me about tomorrow live time. So I will definitely let you know about tomorrow's live time. We'll keep this rocking like a cutoff stocking. Thank you so much, my brother. And Edgar Moreno also said that Ryan Garcia is a clean fighter. You remember we had him on. He's sticking by Ryan Garcia, does not believe he's guilty. Let's get to the next caller. Salute to Edgar Moreno, my brother from another mother. You a real one. I appreciate you supporting the channel. Thank you so much. Facto, what's good with you?
Yo, what's good, Ness? Thanks for having me on.
Ness.
Annette. I mean, for Ness. I was gonna say Nuke. My bad, man. Sorry.
I'm like, this ain't the boxing voice.
Yeah, but fuck Ness though.
Nah, salute, man. I appreciate it. I was just gonna say, do you think Ryan is guilty or innocent?
Honestly, man, it could be. It's up in the air, man. Ryan has been going on this manic, episode back and forth, and then this whole thing about him coming in heavy in weight. He said he planned it with Floyd or something like that. So it's like, I'm not team Haney because he did go to Diddy parties, and somebody that goes to Diddy parties, you can't be Muslim and still let Diddy hit it from the back. You know what I mean?
Look,
and
he can't protest the O because Diddy was the first one to take it.
yeah, facts. I mean, that O on his record has always been questionable. We all know that. And but I mean, it was funny because the first time I ever called, we are talking about if you would ever tap Clarissa Shields' cheeks, and you said hell nah, because it's like smashing a man. It's like at the end of the day, I don't even think Diddy would smash Clarissa Shields, to be honest with you. But let's get back to the drug test here. Honestly, that could be something that could be a connection with Haney as well. So not a lot of people are talking about how Haney also has connections. They robbed Lomachenko. They robbed him. I mean, it was so close. I would have still gave it to Loma at the end of the day because that fight was so questionable. I mean, how does Loma throw as many shots as he did? And then Haney's been actually actually getting the win when it's always been questionable with this guy. He's like he has some type of connection, and then how it didn't go good in Vegas as well.
We know that. And then, Ryan, he's been very political. And Haney's more of the guy that they would like in the media. So I would honestly say that, it's a toss up with Ryan. We never know. He's all over the place. He's like bird shit, but other than that, Nuke, I appreciate the time, man. Great show. Keep it going, man.
All right. And I just got one question for you before I let you. Well, I guess he just went on, but I appreciate you, man. Thank you for joining. Let me get to the next one. Boxing fan 123. Talk to me, my brother.
What's up? What's up, Noob?
Oh, nothing much, man. Do you think Ryan is innocent or guilty? What's your thoughts on this?
Honestly, I mean, you never know, man. You never know. Only he knows. Only him and God knows.
That's true.
But other than that, I'm glad he really whooped Haney. I was even telling my people, I was like, man, I want Ryan to win. But, I thought Haney was going to whoop him, honestly. Especially since he was a fake Muslim, using Muslim converted to Islam for clout. I even talked to one of my Muslim homies, like, is this allowable that he's skipping Ramadan? Yeah, he said he wasn't doing Ramadan because he's an athlete. He's like, nah, man, he's a fake Muslim. He wasn't feeling that.
Man. That's crazy.
Yeah,
and I thought that Muslims were, very humble, down to earth people. Haney's always bragging on social media, so I don't know if that's a part of the culture or tradition as well.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's a religion. I don't want to get into. That's a whole different subject. But
yeah,
I mean, from what he showed, nah, man, he's using it for clout. But Nuke, I wanted to ask you this. It's off topic. I was debating with one of my homies, and he's not really. He watches boxing maybe 2-3 times a year, and he was telling me, oh, well, he could have. Has to do with Canelo fighting Andrade. He said that Canelo ducked Andrade because he had the last belt to become undisputed at 160. And honestly, I didn't know what to say to that.
That's easy. Well, first off, that's easy work. Canelo Alvarez had a mandatory in Sergey Deverenchenko in which he had to fight.
Mm-hmm.
At which point, Canelo Alvarez tried to fight the mandatory. Sergey Deverenchenko priced himself out. At which point, Canelo Alvarez reached out to Demetrius Andre and tried to unify the division. Then he got stripped of the belt from the IBF because he did not fight his mandatory, and the rest is history.
Okay. Also, the other one, like I said, I'm a fan of the sport. I like Canelo, but I hit the wall again with another thing he hit me with. He's like, well, he failed 2 drug tests. Well, I know he didn't fail 2. I know he failed 1. But, I mean, the Mexican meat, I'm still giving him the benefit of the doubt. He gets tested a lot, but still there's, you can only say so much. What's your defense on that?
The only thing that I know about that is that Canelo Alvarez was cleared by WADA and the WBC on that, and he was 9 times below the limit, which is consistent with tainted meat. And so you can check all the news archives. The NFL had these same problems. Mexican soccer team had these same problems. So the levels in Canelo Alvarez's system was consistent with tainted meat. He took a hair follicle test, which vindicated and cleared him. And so all of these things were in alignment with what Canelo Alvarez did. So in my opinion, at this point, based on all the evidence, Canelo Alvarez is clear.
Okay, cool. Also, what do you think is going to happen if Benavidez steps up to Canelo after he's obviously pissed off. Oscar got him mad. How do you think he's going to handle it if Benavidez comes at him all mad and how he is? Or maybe he's going to be calm about it. He knows Canelo's a beast. He knows he's not a pushover in person. What do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to play out?
Well, the last time somebody tried to step to Canelo crazy, they got smacked in the face. Ask Caleb Plant. So I would be very, and Benavidez ain't got no defense, so he gonna sit there and get socked. He might get laid out. So it's best in his own interest to come respectful because Canelo ain't got no problem with chin checking you, and he already did that to Plant, and so we already know that he can catch Benavidez. That boy's in slow motion all the time, so I think Canelo Alvarez would catch him quick, easy, lay him down.
Hey, man, knowing Benavidez, he might be coked out. He might be drunk at the fight. He might feel a little brave. He might think, man, I'm going to, dodge that, come back with my own. Hey, but, I mean, it's gonna be crazy that night. I don't know. It's gonna be cool.
It's gonna be fire, man. I'm excited for it. I'm ready for it to go, man. You got any more questions for me, boxing fan?
Let's see. Who do you think Ryan Garcia should fight next? I think Barrios, but who do you think?
One fight I'm interested in is Ryan Garcia versus Errol Spence. I mean, these guys talking all this trash. I mean, well, Ryan's talking a lot of stuff because of Derrick James and all that. I would love to see that, or I would love to see Ryan versus Fundora at 54 because Ryan said he would move up to 47 and 54. I would like to see him, but I really want all this drug stuff to be handled so we don't have to talk about it every day.
Yeah. What about Barrios versus Garcia? I mean, just as a tune-up. I mean, Barrios
that's
is
a great fight. Great fight. Yeah. I would love that, and that'll be a hell of a war right there. I think Ryan was sleeping.
Ooh, yeah. I can see that happening. What do you think? I mean, Oscar already broke ties with Canelo after this. I don't think he's gonna work with him anymore. But what do you think if the Benavidez versus Canelo fight is made, they make it happen? You know, it was all planned. Garcia versus Barrios on the undercard in September. What do you think?
Man, that would be lovely. I would love to see it. I mean, you never know, especially with the Saudis putting out so much money. Anything can happen in boxing. But I think Mario Barrios would be a great test for Ryan, but I think Ryan would stop him as well. I mean, I didn't see Barrios get dropped too many times by Tank Davis. I didn't see him get outboxed by Keith Thurman. I just think Ryan Garcia will put him to sleep.
Okay, one more question before I get off. You think Haney will ever make a comeback?
Absolutely. Haney's young. He's talented. He's definitely going to make a comeback and continue his career.
Okay. And since he's the new generation, you don't think that all these memes, anything's going to get to his head? Maybe he'll enter depression or something?
I mean, you never know, man. But if his nose sucks up enough oxygen, he'll beat it.
This dude. Oh, man. Hey, it's always funny, bro. Hey, always watch your videos when I'm driving to work, on the way back. I always try to get on your lives. Hey, man, you're funny as heck, dude. And you speak the truth.
Thank you, my brother.
Sure, man. Yep. You have a good day, dude.
You too, my brother. Go bust you some cheeks. Salute.
I bet.
All right, man. That's my brother, boxing fan. Let's get to the next one. We got a long line of people. But my brother Morales, what's good with you, my brother?
Yo, what's up, Nuke?
Man, nothing much, my brother. First off, I gotta start. Cause I know you're gonna speak what you're gonna speak, and I'm gonna respect everything you say, no matter whether we agree or disagree. You're one of the people that I truly do respect. What do you think of this? Is Ryan guilty, innocent? You're withholding judgment? What do you think right now?
I mean, look. Based off of what's basically been done already, he already went on a podcast and he actually admitted that story that he cooked up about the shit in his brown and watching kids. Which is bullshit. You don't do that shit. He already admitted that all that shit was just the story. All that shit was fucking just made up. So, and also, you coming in almost halfway into the next weight class. I mean, that's questionable too. I mean, I hear everything that's been done, those tests that's been done before. But man, has Vada ever, when's the last time Vada ever did some crooked stuff? I mean, did I remember, or correct me if I'm wrong?
Oh, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. As far as knowing if they done anything wrong, I don't think anybody would know. I mean, VADA is supposed to be independent. They're supposed to be neutral. The only reason why this even brought into question is because the relationship with Conte, Haney, and that's the only reason. It's not. It's because Ryan won such a massive upset. But it's not to say that Ryan's not guilty, because he very well could be guilty. I don't know. I'm not saying. Right. I just don't know. That's all.
Right. I mean, I'm leaning more towards, I think he's probably is going to be guilty just because of all the stuff that you did before. But I am getting a little mixed feelings about it. I mean, hopefully, if it's wrong, then hopefully, Vada does that other sample and he comes out and proves his innocence, so we can get exonerated. So I mean, we'll be expecting that kind of result. But for now, I feel like, bro, I mean, with everything you said and everything you've done, you talking about Floyd talked you into coming through. So you're gonna tell me that Floyd talked you into coming in 3 pounds heavier and missed your shot on a belt? I mean, it's just a lot of shit that's not making any damn sense, bro. And what does make sense, you coming in 3 pounds overweight, that means that maybe you were using that steroid because you couldn't make the weight. It's a fat burner as well. It enhances muscle mass, strength, speed, and recovery. So I mean, you could have some benefits, but when y'all tell me that there's actually tests prior that's actually passed, and then it actually does make a little confusion. So I'm not going to sit here and just bash him this whole time. But you were being a clown at the beginning of this whole thing. You even made a diss track over here. Blessed and highly favored, which hey, you're doing your thing. But I mean, there's a lot of questionable stuff on both sides, bro. So right now it's just a lot of such shit happening on both sides, man.
That's very, very true. And Edgar Moreno had a comment. He said, Ryan said he don't care about the belts. And then Ryan Garcia's last fight against Duarte, that was at 143 as well. So he basically came in at the same weight. I guess for me, when I look at everything, Ryan's B sample is going to tell a lot. Was this a contaminated substance? Is there any way he can prove that other than just this being, we're waiting on the B sample? Do you have anything else you can prove it with? His levels is going to be a big deal, because and the thing about the levels, if it's consistent with contamination versus intentional cheating, that's completely different things. What is his levels? Are they very low or are they very high? And if they're very low, that's consistent with contamination. If they're very high, it's going to tell a different story, that he's been doing this shit and now he just got caught.
Right. Yes. So, I mean, and if it was that he did somehow cheat, then that win needs to be overturned and Haney's O needs to be restored, man. I mean, that's the
only fair thing to do.
Exactly. I mean, exactly. So, and that's another thing. I mean, if this is true, then I mean, how do you come back from something like that, bro? You actually cheated. You lied. You Eddie Guerrero. You lied. You cheat. You steal. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's looking negative. Either way around. The only way is just that B sample. You got 10 days to clear your name up. If anything, just do it, and everybody will give you just do. I know I will. Whatever I put up, I'll actually, hey, give credit to man. We were wrong. I have no issues admitting that I was wrong, and I will post that if he go ahead and take that sample and prove us all wrong.
And yeah, and we need to see the sample. We need to see the levels, if it's consistent with contamination. Was it? And the reason why we look at the samples is to see if it was intentional or unintentional. Like, did you intend to do this shit or did you not? Because the fact that he passed all those tests leading up to this, was he just beating the test or was he not? I'm trying to figure that out. And I feel like when that sample comes in, we can see the levels of his actual tests and see if they were low or high. It's going to tell a big story.
So were those tests that he was taking weekly? Are those were those actual tests? Like, do we have proof that those tests were actually taken? Okay.
Yeah, those were actual VADA tests. Now, Ryan said they were weekly. He only posted, I think, about 4 tests. And so even the 4 tests, they were all within the time where he would not have had 8 weeks to just complete a full cycle. And he would get no benefit if he didn't complete a full cycle. Nobody's doping the day of and the day before a fight. That's the only reason why I think it would likely be contamination. But then again, it could have been him already coming off of it and it was just sitting there. So that's why the B sample and all of this, we just really need to find out. There needs to be a more thorough investigation, because if Haney got screwed, they need to restore his O, not the one that Diddy took, the one that Ryan took, and give him his O back. But I'm gonna tell you this: but if they can't prove it, or if it's a situation where it's more like Ryan, it was consistent with contamination, if they restore Haney's O in that case, it don't make any sense, because it had no effect on the fight.
Right.
Contamination is not going to juice you up so you can win. It's just simply a contaminated substance, and it didn't do anything for the fighter because he wasn't on an actual cycle.
I agree. So, and if he doesn't do that B sample within 10 days, then there's a reason why you ain't doing it.
Exactly. I agree 100%. Now, if you avoid that B sample, you're telling me everything I need to know.
Boom. Yes, sir.
All right, man. I appreciate you jumping on, Morales. Thank you so much, my brother.
No problem at all, man. Peace out, Nuke.
Salute, my brother. Peace. My brother Caesar in the building. What's good with you, my brother?
What's good, IBFP? Another day, right?
Man, first off, I got to ask you, do you think that Ryan Garcia is guilty or innocent?
Man, I'm on the yes, he's guilty on that side, man.
Talk to me, my brother. Talk to me.
Yeah, so I'm on my lunch break right now, so I'm just going to try and be quick. But, yeah, so, man, I'm going to just ask you this, IBFP. Have we ever seen Haney this bad and Ryan this good in any fights prior to this? Because in that fight, didn't Ryan look extra big, man? He looked like a damn middleweight. He looked like a whole middleweight. So that's what got me like, why is this dude coming? And he did miss the freaking weight. And now he's saying that Floyd made him do that. Why would you let a guy like Floyd, a retired boxer, tell you to miss weight. Well, like it doesn't sit with me, right? So other than that, I'm saying with all this VADA testing, I don't know if VADA is actually doing something with that. If I don't think someone will set him up either. I don't think the Haneys will do something like that. Why would they go out their way to do that? And
That
risk
makes
Haney's career? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if they get caught, they would definitely be in help. Now, I did see Haney not look good against Loma, but at
Right.
the same time, Loma's a completely different style from Ryan Garcia.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But we also go back to the amateurs with Ryan and Haney, and I don't like to put a lot of stock in that, but these guys were even in the amateurs.
Right.
Another thing was in the first opening round, Haney wasn't on a substance, and so I'm still
Mm-hmm.
expecting Haney to still at least perform somewhere near his regular standard.
Exactly,
Haney wasn't on a substance, but yet he gets caught almost immediately when the fight
bro.
starts.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say. The first few punches that Ryan gave Haney, he was already buzzed like Linares did. Like damn, and I'm not saying Haney does or doesn't have a chin, but that fight really showed Haney doesn't have a chin. So that's why I'm like, no one has ever set Haney on his ass like Ryan did. So and Ryan never looked. How come he didn't do that to Duarte? Why didn't he drop him that many times or look that strong against Duarte? He
But
kept
he
doing
stopped
that.
Duarte, didn't he?
He stopped him. Yes, he stopped him, but and he also did look bad. But because I didn't see Ryan as a greater fight, I didn't see Ryan as a better fighter, just stronger. Honestly, he was the bigger and stronger fighter in that fight. So I'm saying, is he like his skills wise? I didn't see no skills. I just saw flurries with punching power and just throwing the left hook. The left hook did land and it did hurt Haney. So, but Haney did shook up Ryan too, but it didn't do any effect to Ryan. So it's just I don't. I'm saying Ryan probably did have something prior to the fight, but he didn't know, of course, because every
You-
fighter that does get caught, they're gonna say the same thing. I didn't know nothing about it.
So
So
do you?
either
So let me ask you a question. Do you think
yeah.
that him not testing, him not testing, I guess dirty up until the fight, into the day of and the day after? Do you
Mhm.
think that? I mean, I'm sorry, the day of and the day before. Do you think that he was just masking it and we couldn't find out, or do you think it was more of because he was still juicing or coming down from it? Why do you think he didn't pop except for those 2 days right there?
That's where I bring in the he did take a picture of the supplement that he took and like a weird ass dude, he's like, I shouldn't have took this supplement. Well, yeah, maybe someone did put something in there and you just didn't notice, like the dumbass that you are, Ryan. So it's like, yeah, either if your nutritionist put in something that you didn't know, and if that's what it has to come to, then probably he he did know, he just didn't want it the Vada testing to know, and someone set him up. But either way, it's the same. He's giving the same excuses when everyone gets caught. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not trying to back up
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know.
the. So it's like, yeah, it's he and this is I think this is karma to Ryan to Oscar trying to say Canelo getting caught with all it. Now what you got to say about your fighter,
he,
motherfucker,
he went and
fucking
put the
pussy.
fishnets back on.
That's right. That's right. So yeah, man, it's just karma all over again. This is just a cycle, man. Ryan, I'm sorry, but I don't want to see Ryan Garcia's and the Rolly Romero's in boxing no more because Ryan clearly doesn't care about the belts. He clearly doesn't, and he even openly admitted what what belts, what titles, what should I care about that? That's the whole point why we watch boxing. We want to see you become great, bro. And
That's true.
clearly he brings in the views though. That's I guess I gotta give him to that. He brings in the views for acting stupid and childish, but at the same time, man, it's not gonna last. And obviously, look what's happening now. Over 2 weeks, and it's just going downhill already. So
Yep, yep,
yeah, man,
that's true. All right, man. I appreciate you jumping on.
for sure,
Enjoy
Nuke.
your lunch break, my brother. Enjoy. What you got for lunch?
Bro, I got some McDonald's. This is some expensive ass
Oh
shit.
no, man,
I
not
know,
this.
man. It had to be something quick, bro.
All right,
but,
bro.
but for
Enjoy the
sure.
McDonald's, man. Ba-da-da-da-da. All right,
Yeah,
my brother.
appreciate that, Nuke.
All right, salute.
Peace out.
All right, let's get to the next one. Who else we got? I'm gonna add Giles in. Giles said, you know about the PEDs, Giles? What do you got?
Yeah, what's going on, Nuke, man? Long time watcher. Appreciate it, brother.
Always. Talk to me. What do you think about this whole situation?
Yeah, so here's my deal on it, man. I've experienced just my own. I'm an enhanced athlete. I do my own thing. No, I don't compete professionally against anybody, just amateur bodybuilding and stuff like that. The thing that doesn't make sense about the Off-Stream, which I've personally taken, first of all, it's a SARM. You cannot compare it to steroids. I know people are regurgitating what they're seeing on the internet, like quickness and speed and all that. I would put it on a scale of steroids, maybe 10 to 20% of what a steroid does.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Also, you have to front load that. You have to take it for a cycle to have any meaningful effect. Ryan, I don't think he had the discipline in this camp to pull something like that off. And if he was tested multiple times, he'd have to really be on top of his shit to master that. You know what I mean? And the only reason why he looked bigger in this fight is because he was fatter in this fight because he wasn't training like he should have been.
Oh, that makes sense.
He wasn't muscle-wise. He wasn't any more ripped. He was more ripped when he fought Duarte, whatever his name was. He was just fatter in this camp. If anything, he probably lost muscle. And the second thing is, I don't know why these fighters even risk it. I'm not saying he's innocent or he isn't, but unless you see meaningful muscle mass put on a fighter, the juice is not worth the squeeze. I don't know why they risk that stuff. Because you just can't compound your muscles and make them dramatically stronger unless you're going to notice muscle mass. Now, when you see like Vitor Belfort in the UFC, Barry Bonds, those people were bigger. That was doing something for them. You know what I mean? I just don't see how he could have pulled it off with a lackluster, no discipline camp and then get tested several times and then start taking it the day of the fight. He would have got nothing out of that the day of. Even 2 weeks before the fight, he wouldn't have got anything out of that. I'm telling you right now.
Damn. What do you think what's going to happen with this B sample?
So the B sample, the way I understand it, it should have been collected the same time the A sample was.
Okay. So
anytime, yeah, it should read the same thing. But here's the deal. Victor Conte, anything that man touches is questionable. He had one of the biggest busts in sports, and now he just all of a sudden had a change of heart. He's ride or die with the Haneys. He even brags himself he's been with the Haneys for 8 years, helping train Devin and on his supplement program, which I guess you just got to take it for his word now. And I just feel like he even brags about his oversight on VADA and how nobody knows more about this stuff than he does, which he may be telling the truth. Anything that he has his hand in, that's bias. I mean, you cannot tell me that he's not biased for Haney. I wouldn't put it past him. It just raises questions, is all I'm saying.
That's actually true. That's extreme bias. And the fact that he's bragging about their relationship and what they're doing, all of that makes perfect sense. Yeah, so I just, it's fruit of the tainted tree. You know what I mean? I don't see how he's been chastised and busted and then lied until he couldn't lie anymore. Then he came clean, ratted everybody else out. And he's been right with the Haneys, ride or die for 8 years now. His own words in that article that he's pushing around right now. And I just think that anything that he's involved with, you have to really question it. And I could see when Haney got embarrassed that bad and they're close with the Haneys. I'm not saying he did it. I'm just saying there's room for doubt. I think Ryan should do his own investigation, hire his own doctors, do his own test, and try to clear his name if he really is innocent. I agree 100%. And one thing I will tell you with that is, man, I appreciate your expertise because I just know for me looking at this situation, it just seemed odd somebody would pass all of these tests and then wait till the day of the fight to cheat in the day before. You're not going to get anything out of that. I don't think that Haney's oath should be restored if that's the case. I mean, would you agree with that? Yeah, I would agree with that. Also, one thing I want to say, like just what you just said, is Ryan was tested several times before this. And just like you said, there's no way that it's going to make a meaningful difference. And and just to circle back to what I said, I just think anything that Victor Conte's involved with, you really got to question it, man. I really think that guy's a shady guy. And there's a reason why nobody wants to do business with him outside of any other combat sport, especially the UFC. They have their own opinion of the same thing. And that's 100% true. I mean, think about it. If this guy was a doctor, he would never be able to practice medicine. If this guy was a banker, he would never be allowed in the industry again. So with this, boxing is the only way in for him. So he's going to do everything to make this work. Somebody gave him an in, and he's taking it, and he's riding or dying with him the whole time, And I mean, I'm not hating on him for backing up Haney. And I'm not saying that Ryan's innocent.
with as much tension as Ryan brought to himself, and everybody was already accusing him of being on drugs, and him knowing that he's going to get tested and have, be under extra scrutiny, it just doesn't make sense. Something smells fishy, man. That's all I'm saying.
I agree. I appreciate you coming on, Giles, man. That was very informative, thoughtful. I appreciate it. I'd like for you to keep coming on and just dropping news as these things come out and change. I appreciate it.
Yeah, brother. Appreciate it, man. Have a good one, buddy.
You too, my brother. Salute. And my brother G. Jesus salutes you. Thanks so much for the love and support, my brother. He says, VADA found Povetkin positive for using meldonium in 2016 before the Wilder fight in his A and B sample, but there was a debate whether the substance even did anything. WADA tested Povetkin, and they found him at no fault. So that's a huge, huge difference between VADA and WADA. And so, and that's the problem. We need a neutral testing body that has nothing, that has basically no horse in the race. You don't have a guy like Conte who's helping VADA and who's backing fighters, because then you got a guy that knows how to beat everything, and you got a guy pretty much creating, VADA. You need something neutral, and I'm not sure if WADA is even the best, because now they seem to not be able to agree with everybody. So I'm not sure what the best is, but we need something neutral where we can all be okay on the same level. And even things like this, if it's to have no benefit, or if it's at the levels to where it's likely I'll say a tainted supplement or something like that, a contaminated supplement, those things shouldn't even come back positive. You should have them at a level to where if it's at a tainted substance level, it should never come back positive, because you're wasting everybody's time. It should only be something significant that actually make a difference in the fight. G. Jesus, my brother, he says, so Povetkin is an example of VADA and WADA having two different results, and both did tests in 2016. And that's the craziest thing about it. We should all be consistent with the same thing, and the fact that everything is different from these two testing agencies, that's insane to me. So it's like, I don't know who to trust. I don't know which side to go with. I know people believe VADA is the best, but when you have that type of relationship with Victor Conte, you got to raise your eyebrow, like, what the hell's going on with this? You really do. Let me let my brother in. The next one is, we got Mizzy Mike. What's good with you, Mizzy Mike?
Hey, you hear me?
Yes, sir. Talk to me, Mike.
Hey, what's good, bro? Damn, I'm happy I got you. You hear me?
Oh, yeah. Hold on. I don't know where Mizzy Mike went. Mike Rodriguez, what's good with you?
Yo, Noog, what's good?
What's good, my brother? Always look forward to hearing your takes, man. You always got really thoughtful, informative takes. What do you think about all this with Ryan Garcia? Is he innocent? Is he guilty? Where are you leaning on this whole thing?
Man, I don't know, bro. I'm like, I don't know if I would say he's guilty. I'm just gonna say this, bro. We gotta wait on that B sample, because, bro, it just don't make sense how he's gonna test positive, because they said he tested positive like a day before, right? Something like that.
Yeah, they said the day before and the day of the fight.
The day before and the day of the fight. So that don't make sense, bro, because like he wouldn't even have any of the benefits of it. None.
Exactly. And I was talking to the expert that was on before, and he was basically saying the B sample is going to come back, because if it's as the same, because if he took a tainted substance, then it's likely all going to be the same. But that still means that don't necessarily means he's guilty, because if it's a tainted substance, it's the exact same situation. I mean, how do you pass every VADA test up to this point and then cheat on the day of and the day before?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. That's why I'm like, man, something, I don't know, bro. Like, something ain't right there, bro. That just literally makes no sense for him to do that. And what he got tested for, bro, that's a SARM. That's not actually a steroid.
Please let these people know, because these people are going crazy with all of these things that they've been saying. I mean, it sounds like everybody is happy that this is happening, because they want to restore Devin Haney's so bad. And it's like, that's the sad thing about this, is Devin Haney got his ass whipped. And
yeah, they're having a field day with it, bro. Man, bro, I'm gonna be honest, man. I think he's innocent, Nuke. I mean, something just ain't right there for him to pop dirty on the day before the fight. Like, that just doesn't make any sense. He's not gonna have any benefits of it. And by the way, a SARM, bro, is not a steroid, bro. It's basically what it is, bro. It's like steroids are like way stronger than a SARM, bro. Like way stronger, you know. But it's supposed to help you build muscle and lose fat, you know. But it's nowhere near on a steroids level. But I mean, if he took that, bro, I mean, yeah, technically, if he did it on purpose, he technically, yes, he did cheat. But it just don't make sense why he would take it the day before the fight and the day after. It's gonna take at least for you to see results from a SARM, bro. It's probably gonna take you at least 2 months.
And so
I would
he's
say.
going to need all this time to cycle on and cycle off and
Yeah.
get ready. He would have already been caught doing this. It seems more consistent with the tainted, you know, supplement or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, bro. Because yeah, he would have to cycle on and off, and you know, man, bro. I think he's innocent, Nuke. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, bro. I think he's innocent, and I really do. But I don't know. I could be wrong though. If he's guilty, then you know. And that's fucked up, bro. You know, for he cheated then, you know?
Yeah, and I agree. I mean, look, if he's guilty, if they can come out and show me overwhelming evidence that he cheated, something other than this, because right now it's starting to look like a tainted substance. If there's anything that they can prove it with, then I'm like, okay. But as of right now, I don't think they're going to be able to, because you don't have any other failed tests to go on.
Yeah, facts. And then wasn't he getting tested? He was getting tested every week too, right? And
yeah, Ryan said he was getting tested every week, and he only put out 4 tests for everybody to see. But even those 4 tests would show that there's still not enough time for him to cycle on the drug and get any benefit from him. So I mean, personally, based on the information that we have right now, it looks like something's fishy. It looks like something's not right. It looks like something's wrong. And it also seems to me that if I'm gonna be 100% honest with you, Mike, look, man, I think a lot of these guys really want to get Haney's O back.
Yeah, that's what I'm. That's yeah, nah, that's what it seems like, bro. Like some just ain't right, man. I think me, like I said, look, I think he's innocent, bro. You know, I mean, let me just say this: if he's guilty, bro, and if he did take, you know, that shit the day before the fight, that SARM he took, he's the dumbest motherfucker in the world, bro. He's the stupidest motherfucker ever. Bro, you ain't gonna get no benefits from that, bro. Like, why the fuck would you do that? Like, oh, I'm gonna get on some shit. I'm gonna take it the day before the fight. You ain't gonna see no fucking results from that.
You're absolutely right. I mean, and that's part of the reason why I don't think it even makes sense for Haney. I know Haney is desperate to try to justify and be like, oh, I should be undefeated. I get it. I understand he don't without his what is he selling? Because nobody really finds his fights that entertaining. So really he needs his is the one thing that he can be like, look, I'm worthy to fight. But other than that, it's like without his Haney really has nothing. So he's desperate to get that back. So he'll say anything. At this point, I don't think they should overturn it, especially if we can conclude that Ryan got no benefit from anything. He just got his ass whooped. Take the L.
Right? Yeah, I agree, bro. I think he's innocent, but I don't know. We'll see. But Nuke, I heard something about Haney, bro. I was gonna ask you about it. I don't know if it's true because it's funny you say how he wants to keep his I heard something about he actually lost a fight, bro, or something in Mexico. Is that true?
So, you know, the weird thing is, man, Regis Prograde, you know, he went on a tangent about that. And so I'm gonna be honest with you, it's possible. I don't know if it's true, but it's possible. So think about it. When you start your career, you can go down to Mexico and you can fight all these paleteros. You can basically pay these guys, hey, if you lose a fight, if some don't, you get dropped, or anything crazy happens in the fight, you can just pay them. They're just going to erase that shit and put whatever you want. Like,
right.
There's no regulation. There's no oversight. You can get away with almost anything. So is it possible that Haney could have lost the fight? Absolutely. I mean, if somebody touches Haney, he's going down. We've seen him with Jorge Linares when he hit him early in his career. Haney was wobbled, and Haney didn't fight no young killers at all early in his career. So there was no reason for him. So imagine if he would have fought somebody that's older, bigger, experienced in Mexico, and somebody hurt him. Oh, Haney could have got dusted, and no one would ever know.
Right. Yeah, man. But yeah, as far as Ryan though, bro, like even like before he walked out to the ring, when he was sitting down, bro, like he was a lot like heavier in this fight. Like you could tell that, you know, he looked a little thicker around the midsection. And if he was taking that SARM, bro, like if he was taking it for like months, bro, he would not have looked that way. He would have been way more lean, bro, because that shit helps you burn a lot of fat.
That is
So
true.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, he would have. Yes, so that's what I'm saying, bro. Like something just don't make sense, bro. Like I don't know, man.
It
I
looks
don't
like
know,
there's
dude.
a play at hand, man. Somebody's messing with something here.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm thinking, bro. Because, like I said, bro, it just don't make sense for him just to pop dirty on the day of the fight or day before the fight. That, man, bro, that don't make no fucking sense.
I'm gonna
Like
tell
he
you.
can't be that stupid. He can't be that stupid, dude.
No, that's extreme level stupid. And this is one thing I've noticed too. I've been sitting back peeping game all on social media and see who's saying what. And I seen Victor Conte come out and say what he said. I seen Devin Haney came out and say what he said. So I expect those guys to say what they said. But then I see Caleb Plant and he got a real hard on for Ryan Garcia. And I'm like, now I know he's a snack fighter too, and I know these guys are friends and sticking together, but it seemed like they're all working together to paint this picture of Ryan being a dirty fighter, because Caleb Plant should have he shouldn't care about this. Does not involve you,
right? Yeah, and yeah, he's with Snack, and they're dirty. They're dirty, Snack.
Yeah,
it's question marks around all their fighters. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that dude's a crook, bro. He's been caught cheating before a lot of times.
I mean, he's the same guy who said he can beat any drug test. He literally said this.
Right.
He has a working relationship with Vada. I mean, I don't know. Something's wrong here, man. Something's wrong here, and I know something ain't right.
Right. Yeah, man. I see everybody's having a field day with this shit, though. Everybody's low key happy about this. They want to take that victory away from Ryan so fucking bad, bro. It's like, man, bro, like let the man prove his innocence. You know, like it's not even he hasn't even been proven guilty yet. You know.
That's what I'm saying. And then the way the information came out too, Devin Haney saying, I've been knowing about this for a little bit here. So how long have you known?
That's another thing too. That don't make sense, bro. If he knew, because one of your callers was saying that he said that he knew about it before the fight. Haney, right?
Yeah. Somebody was saying that. I don't know exactly when Haney knew, but I know something's off because he knew before everybody else did. So why he didn't say nothing?
Yeah, and I thought I could have sworn I heard somebody was saying something about that. Haney said he knew before the fight, like something like that.
If Haney knew before the fight, dog, this is all BS.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like it just ain't making no sense, bro. And everybody's having a field day. I know the LDBC, they're fucking going in on Ryan right now, I bet.
Yeah, and Jay has a statement. He said, what if Haney was detected PED like Ryan? Do you doubt the result? I don't. I give everybody the benefit of the doubt. If depending on the situation, I think about it like this: if Haney passed every VADA test, but then he cheated the day before in the day of the fight, I would say that's weird. Why would he cheat during that time? Haney's not stupid. It doesn't make sense. I would give him the same courtesy I'm giving Ryan Garcia. I didn't even pick Ryan to win. So I mean, I've been noticing the only people that are happy about this are Devin Haney fans.
Right. Yeah, I guess this Jay dude, he's trying to make it seem like we're being biased or something. I would say the exact same thing. If it was the same way where Haney failed a drug test and it was the same day, I would say the same shit, bro. Jay, whoever you are, I would say the same fucking thing. Like, this ain't no bias shit. We ain't biased, bro. I'm just looking at the facts. It's just something just don't seem right. Like, why would he take that shit on the day of the fight or day before the fight? He's not gonna get no benefits from it. That's not how that shit works. You don't just take that shit and all of a sudden you're gonna see the benefits right away. That's not how it works.
Exactly. So
that shit takes time.
So for me, I'm gonna go with if the contamination level is low and it's consistent with the tainted substance, then I'm just gonna if all of that come out that it's consistent with a tainted substance. Listening to the expert that was on here earlier, I'm going to go with Ryan didn't do it. It was a contaminated substance, like a over the counter, like, you know, dietary supplement, and then I'm just going to be good with that. But I think if they give Haney back his this was all a setup and a plan from the beginning.
Yeah, bro, I'm telling you, that shit will not shock me, bro. It's a lot of corruption in this shit, bro.
Yeah, because this is sad that it's going out like this.
Yeah, I bet that. What's that one dude's name? Nuke. Jackson. That motherfucker be on Twitter.
Oh, Ray
I know
Jackson.
you see it. Man, that motherfucker right there, bro. That dude fucking biased, man.
I'm gonna tell you this, man. Ray Jackson has started following me. And so the funny thing about all this is Ray Jackson, if you listen, or if there's anybody that knows Ray Jackson, I ain't got no problem with you, Ray. So I'll tell you what, if you ever want to talk boxing, me and Mike Rodriguez would love to have you on here. And please come on here anytime. I'll make a show all about Ray, and we'll just go through Tank Davis, Errol Spence. We'll go through all these fighters in Canelo, because I know you got a big problem with Canelo. Let's get all this talking. There's no reason to have all the bias. Let's just really get to the bottom of it.
Bro, he hates Canelo so much. He's always hating on Canelo, bro.
I really feel like Canelo must have hit his chick or something, man.
Yeah, for real, bro. That dude stay hating on Canelo, bro. But shit, he hates on Mexican fighters, but he loves fucking that Mexican drink. What's it, horchata?
Yeah.
Because he drinks that shit from DBN's breast, bro.
Say, man, look, man, and I seen Raiden put on some weight, so I'm sure they sucking each other's. You know. Oh man.
Hey, dude, bro, I wanted to get your take though, man, on the that Virgil Ortiz and Tim Tszyu fight, bro. Man, that's a badass fight, bro.
Oh man, that's a banger. And I'm gonna tell you this, man. I gave a prediction the other day. I was on with Hit Kid and everybody, and they asked me what did I think about it, and I told them, and I know nobody agreed with me, nobody sided with me. So if this happens, I don't want anybody coming back saying, "Oh no." I'm gonna tell you this: I got Virgil Ortiz by knockout, and I think Virgil just different. I don't know. I think Tim Tszyu's a hell of a and if Tim Tszyu proved me wrong, credit to him. I'll eat my crow and give him all the credit in the world. I have no hate for Tim Tszyu. I'm a fan of Tim Tszyu. But all I'm going to say is I believe that Virgil Ortiz will sleep Tim Tszyu at some point in the fight. I think early is going to be dangerous, but sometime mid to late, Virgil's going to catch him and lay him down.
Right? Yeah, man. I don't know, man. I think to me, bro, that fight is so close. I can't even choose, Nuke.
It is.
I can't even pick a fucking winner, bro. Like I can see Tim Tszyu getting them, but I can also see Virgil winning too. But man, I just give both of those guys so much credit, bro, because you know that's what boxing's all about, bro. That's what the fuck we want to see, bro. We want to see the best fighting the best, bro.
Absolutely. And honestly, in the back of my mind, I think that could be the fight of the year. I mean, I'm probably more excited for that fight than any other fight, because these are just two warriors who want to prove themselves. And the winner of that fight get a shot at Terrence Crawford and Madrimov, the Terrence Crawford Madrimov winner. So I think that'll be a great setup to a super fight. And Jermell Charlo will also be able to enforce a mandatory against the Crawford Madrimov winner. So if Crawford stay there, he could potentially have to fight Virgil or Tszyu and Jermell Charlo. So I'm sure Jermell Charlo is going to take a tune-up before he enforces anything. So
right. Who do you think has the better chin though, bro, out of Tim Tszyu and Virgil?
I seen them both hurt. I seen them both a little buzzed. And I seen them both recover. And so I think we'll find out on fight night, because right now I have no idea. I seen that both can be hurt. So we will find out who will be able to stand up to the test at 150. Maybe I'll lean. Maybe I'm biased, but I'm gonna lean to Virgil just a little bit, because he's gonna be able to put on more weight at 54 than he was at 47. But maybe that's just me being biased. But it's a razor thin fight. It's a razor thin fight.
I think Tim Tszyu not Tim Tszyu. I think Virgil Ortiz hits harder though. I think he got more power, bro.
It's that jab that is incredible. I mean, you think about it. What was it? Kavaliauskas was in the fight with Terrence Crawford. He was stopped by Crawford. He was also stopped by Virgil Ortiz, and he said he would pick Virgil Ortiz to beat Terrence Crawford, because he said Terrence Crawford does not have the power or the jab that Virgil Ortiz has. And you talking about how people rate Terrence Crawford's power. If Terrence Crawford was fighting Tim Tszyu, everybody would say he's knocking out Tim Tszyu. That's all we would hear every day. He's going to get knocked out. He's going to get knocked out. So the fact that you got an independent party, Kavaliauskas, who Virgil Ortiz knocked out earlier than Terrence Crawford, saying that, oh, Crawford doesn't have the power or the jab of Virgil, that says a lot, because he didn't even have to say it.
Right. Yeah. Virgil 21 and 21 L's. You don't have.
Yeah, Virgil Ortiz is kind of like Archer better be a undefeated 100% knockout streak. I think they're the only two fighters in boxing with that streak.
Yeah,
Mike, you
yep,
still there?
facts. Oh, Matias. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Matias, he got 100. He got 100 too, right? No, he has one loss. My bad. He has one.
Yeah, I think he had a loss, and then he
Matias.
came back and avenged it.
Yeah, he
So
came
yeah,
back and avenged it. Yeah.
yeah. So Virgil and
But
Better BF, these guys right now are in a different league. Both of those guys are bad boys.
yeah. Dude, bro, I'm ready for that fight. That Better be a fight.
Oh, man, that's another 50-50 fight. Straight down the middle, straight up and down like that. That's going to be a very, very difficult fight. I just know that if Better BF does touch Bivol, it's over.
Yeah,
so,
Better be. Yeah, I'm a favorite Better. Who are you going to favor, though? I'm a favorite Better BF.
Me too. I'm favoring Better BF too, but I wouldn't be surprised if Bivol found a way to, be evasive and not get touched like that. But I'm favoring Better BF. I'm sorry. I'm favoring Better BF to win, but I can see Bivol having a really, really good chance.
Yeah, Better BF, bro. That dude hit different. That dude's something else. That dude's a fucking monster, bro. And Benavidez, he gonna have to fight the win. Was you saying, Nuke? My bad, bro.
When you were saying he's a monster, I was like, that's the same thing Haney said about Diddy.
yeah, Diddy took his own right.
Hey, man. But yeah, Better BF is a monster, bro.
Yeah, Better BF is that fucking dude, bro. I knew. What about that other guy? Lee. He's a Russian dude too, bro. He looks pretty good too. Man, I'm real bad with name. I don't know how to say his name. I think it's man, I don't know. He be training with Kambosos.
Kambosos. A Russian guy.
Yeah. M 175. He's like 8-0 with 8 KOs. No, not Obatiah.
Not him.
Not
another guy.
Yeah. I think it's IMAM. I don't know how to pronounce it.
I'm gonna have to look it up, but you say he's a beast too, 100% knockout streak.
Yeah, he's like 8-0, 8 knockout. He looked like he's gonna be a beast, and he's young. He's like 29.
Oh man, see, it looked like that's gonna be a hell of a division 175. Now is Benavidez and Morrell and all these guys, are they gonna fight these guys too?
Right, exactly. That's what I was saying. Because Morrell, he moved to 170. He just moved to he went to 175, right?
Yep, he went to 175. Said he's chasing David Benavidez all the way up to 175. So that's why he went up there. So we about to find out what's really good. Like, and then you seen Canelo today saying that he's willing to fight David Benavidez if the money's right come September.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah, that interview he did with Stephen A. Smith. Man, Stephen A. Smith, bro, he was showing him a lot of respect in that interview. But I've heard Stephen A. Smith talk so negatively about him in the past.
That's the kind of guy Stephen A. Smith is. I mean, the guy talk crazy behind your back, but you there, he gonna be stuttering and mumbling. He gonna be backed all the way up like his hairline. That's the kind of guy Stephen A. Smith is.
Yeah, but I think, bro, honestly, I think Canelo, he's gonna fight Benavidez next in September. Trust me, mark my words, it's gonna happen.
I've been having a funny feeling about that, and I think when Canelo get him in the ring, he's gonna beat and look, man. I'm gonna say something like he gonna beat the goat shit out of David Benavidez when they fight, because it's this trash talk been going on too long. It's been going on too damn long.
And Benavidez, he been talking a lot of shit, bro, about Canelo. He been talking bad about Canelo. Saying he needs to buy a pair of nuts or something.
Yep. And then the moment Benavidez gets slept, you know what's gonna happen? They're gonna be like, oh, now he's ducking this guy.
Yeah, they're gonna say he's ducking David Morrell, or they're gonna, he needs to go back up and fight Better BF, or he didn't. Man, bro, you know what I fucking hate, Nuke? I hate when people criticize Canelo for not fighting rematching Bivol, because a lot of motherfuckers don't know Canelo tried to fucking rematch him, bro, but Bivol didn't want to do it at 75. He wanted to do it at 68. And Canelo was like, well, I'm gonna rematch you at 68. You beat me at 75. If I rematch you at 68, then everybody's gonna say that I weight drained you. I don't want to fight you at 68. We fight again. We're gonna do it at 175. And I agree with Canelo 100% on that.
Look, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, Mike. This is what I've seen happen. I've seen Dimitri Bivol say, "Oh, I don't want to fight you at 175. I want to fight you at 168." Then I see Dimitri Bivol come out and say, "I don't even know if I can make 168." So why are you saying it? So it didn't make
Right.
sense. Then I seen Dimitri Bivol and say, "Oh, I'm done with the rematch. I don't want it." Then I seen Dimitri Bivol, his own manager, come out and say, "Oh, we don't want to rematch Canelo because Canelo has power. We never know. He might get caught and get knocked out." And so when I made a video about that, I got all this criticism. People telling me, "You think he's going to knock out Bivol?" I'm like, I didn't say that. I said his manager, Bivol's own manager, is afraid that Bivol could get caught in a rematch. So
Right,
like,
right.
what's the problem?
Yeah, they didn't want to risk the rematch up there, bro. So he was saying he wanted to fight him at 68, and everybody was saying that if Canelo, if he was so great, he should have rematched. He should have rematched him right away. He couldn't really rematch him right away though, because he had to fight Triple G because that was in his contract.
Yep, and he needed hand surgery. And so he ended up getting the surgery after the Triple G fight. So people forget that. So don't you want a Canelo Alvarez that's 100% healthy to fight Bivol? And not only that, it's not a rematch if it's at 168. That's a new fight. 175 is the rematch. Canelo lost at one.
Yeah.
If Canelo beat him at 168, he don't win a world title and he don't avenge the loss at 75.
Nope. And then everybody will criticize him, say, "Oh, well, you beat him, but it's just because you had to bring him down in weight." So it wouldn't make any sense for Canelo to rematch him at 168.
And you know the first person crying is going to be Ray Jackson. You already know it.
Yeah, that dude right there, that dude be tripping, bro. He's a big time. Who's he like? He likes Charlo, right? Those are his boys.
He loved Charlo, but now he want to protect Charlo and call him Charlo a cherry pick, even though he said Canelo been ducking him. You can't make this up.
Right, yeah. Crazy shit, bro.
Anyway, Mike, man, I'm gonna let you go, my brother, and I'm gonna see you later this week. We gonna keep it going, man. I appreciate you, my brother.
Yeah, hey, Nuke, you gonna do a lot tomorrow?
Probably not tomorrow, but I will definitely be live Friday. That is tomorrow, so I'm gonna be live Friday, and we're gonna talk about the fight one more again before we have the fight.
Okay, yes. So you're not gonna do a live tomorrow, though, right?
No, I am.
Oh, okay, all right, man. Yeah, I'm gonna hop on tomorrow.
Okay, cool. All right,
Appreciate
Mike,
you,
salute, my brother. All right, my brother Mike Rodriguez. And we got my brother Daniel Hernandez. Thanks for the love and support of the channel, my brother. Much love. He said, "Hey, Nuke, you're gonna be live on Saturday, so I get ready to hear you because you spread the truth, not your feelings. Best channel ever." I thought he was gonna say you spread your cheeks. I was like, "What the fudge?" And I was like, "Okay, I appreciate that, Daniel, man. Much love and respect." I thought he was gonna say something else. I was like, "What? Wait a minute. What we got going on here?" But yeah, I appreciate that, man. Much love and respect, Daniel, man. I appreciate you just keeping it a bean, and supporting the channel, man. My brother Chi Jesus says, "Nuke, correction. Wada did not find Povetkin at fault, but said a finding of no fault may be made. So Wada didn't clear Povetkin, but a case can be made in Povetkin's favor. Canelo was another one who popped with Wada, but was cleared by Wada. And that's what I'm saying. And even the WBC backed that up. And remember, Canelo Alvarez was 9 times below the threshold. 9 times below the threshold. But yeah, people want to call this man a drug cheat. Literally don't make no sense. I mean, at the end of the day, we shall see. But I appreciate everybody for jumping on, coming on. Anybody I didn't get today, I will definitely get you on here tomorrow. We're going to go to our final predictions of Canelo Munguia tomorrow and Oscar Fishnet De La Hoya. But we're going to get into it. Salute everybody. Much love, respect.